Let's see how I look. Okay. Do we have the updated list?
Yeah,
Did more people come? Okay.
I do. Your door was shut. I was gonna wait for you to come up here. I'm gonna bring it back in there.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Good morning, Chantel and Nicole.
Hey, everyone.
Hi, good morning.
Oh, man. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Goldie.
Good morning, everyone.
I'm gonna go ahead and let the partners in now, Brett.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
We are just waiting for a few more people to join, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Good morning again, everyone, for who just joined. We will start at 11:05 to give everyone a chance to register and sign in.
Good morning, everyone. I am super excited to have you guys here today virtually for our PCC meeting. My name is Brittany Fannelson, and I serve as the Resident Services Coordinator for our Resident Services Department with Portsmouth Redevelopment and Housing Authority. I oversee our department, and it is such a pleasure just to have some new exciting new partnerships as well as our existing partners. And so I just want to thank you guys for taking the time out of your busy schedules, because I know that we are all busy to be here with us. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We have a PowerPoint. Next slide. So before we get started, just a few logistics and the agenda. Please note that video is optional. Please mute when you are not speaking so we can just kind of avoid any type of background noise. Please use the chat feature to ask any questions or to share information. And please note that this meeting will be recorded and that we will be capturing notes. Next slide. Okay. I want to get started by introducing our resident services team to you guys. I also note that there is an allotted time on the agenda for partner updates and announcements. So we have Ms. Dolores Adams, who is our Director of Procurement as well as Resident Services, and you guys will hear from her a little bit later on in the meeting.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Shaquise Crandall, and I serve as the Jobs Plus Program Manager.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I am Erica Thomas, and I'm the Resident Service Specialist.
Good morning, everyone. Again, my name is Hope Mitchell, and I'm a case manager for the Resident Services Family Self-Sufficiency Program. I'm also case manager for our HCV Home Ownership Program.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Lucy Akers, Senior Services and Disability Case Manager.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Chantel Goodwin, and I'm an employment specialist.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nicole Vaughn, and I also am an employment specialist.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Letitia Gorham. I am a community support aide at Swanson Home.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Goldie Collins, and I am a community support aide located in Seaport Square.
We also have a few members of our staff that's not here today. We have Ms. Joy Griffin, who is also a community support aide. We have Brittany Thompson, who cannot be with us today. She's our youth services coordinator, as well as Ms. Danisha Harper, who is also a case manager for our public housing communities. I have a list of individuals who have registered. If I miss you, we'll catch you at the end. And so what we're going to do, because at the end, like I said, we're going to have time for partner updates and announcements. So what I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to call out the name of your organization. If you can just have a representative, just say good morning. Okay, let's get started. Do we have someone here from Tidewater Arts Outreach?
Yes, hello everyone. I am the program director here with Tidewater Arts Outreach. My name is Stacy Jones. And I believe Kate Powell, our executive director, also just popped in.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. Do we have anyone here from Eastern Virginia Medical School? Portsmouth Department of Social Services. Hampton Roads Planning District Commission.
Good morning, everyone. Deidre Garrett, Housing Program Coordinator for the Hampton Roads Planning District Commission.
Benevolent Family Services.
Good morning, Standis Melvin, owner and LPC at Benevolent Family Services.
Next Gen Pathways with the Hampton Roads Workforce Council.
Good morning. My name is Chelsea. I'm the Next Gen Pathways coordinator for the Hampton Roads Workforce Council.
Good morning. The Independence Center.
Good morning. My name is Jeanette Flanders. I'm the employment coordinator and IL coordinator at Independence Center.
Okay. Big Homies. City of Portsmouth Economic Development, Portsmouth at Work.
Good morning. My name is Katisha Green. I'm a workforce development specialist here at Portsmouth at Work. Good morning.
Hampton Roads Community Health Center.
Good morning. I'm Barbara Willis from Hampton Roads Community Health Center.
Good morning. Portsmouth Health Department.
Good morning. Aranti Allen Vincent, Population Health Manager with the Portsmouth Health Department.
Good morning. The Up Center.
Good morning, everyone. Heather Harris with the Up Center in regards to the New Visions program. And I just want to apologize. I'm driving, so I don't have my camera on.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is Erica Ramjan, also of the Up Center. We are out in full force, I see. Whether it's on the road, whether it's in the office, I guess we may have someone in the sky just now with flying around, maybe going to space, and we will be calling in from there. But this is the Up Center.
Good morning. Burning Bush Worship Center, Metamorphosis.
Yes, good morning. Good morning. This is Robert Green of Exodus 3 Community Development Corp, Director of Metamorphosis Reentry and the pastor at Burning Bush Worship Center.
Good morning. City of Portsmouth, Portsmouth Task Force on Aging.
Good morning. My name is Gail Burton. I'm also with the City of Portsmouth Department of Parks, Recreation, and Leisure Tourism. I supervise the Senior Station Rec Center as well.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Tidewater Community College. Portsmouth Public Schools Adult and Continuing Education.
Hello, I'm Jasmine Galloway. I'm the site manager for Region 20 Adult and Continuing Education and also Portsmouth Public Schools.
Good morning. Friends of the Portsmouth Juvenile Court.
Hi, I'm Susan Fink.
Good morning.
Morning.
Stop Inc. Senior Services of Southeastern Virginia.
Good morning. I'm Colleen Downs with Senior Services of Southeastern Virginia. I'm the Community Service Manager. Thanks for having me this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for being on. Virginia Cooperative Extension.
Yes, I'm Deanna Hagan with Virginia Cooperative Extension, the Family Nutrition Program.
Good morning. Social Security Administration.
Yep, this is Liz. I'm with the Social Security Administration. I know many of you guys on the call. I've worked with many of you guys on the call. We are, we're still working here. We're doing everything virtually, either on the phone or online. I will put some of my information down in the chat, but if you need me to talk to your group about our programs or need any publications or anything like that, reach out. We're still working and I can be your contact for your organization. So thank you so much for having me. Thanks.
Thank you for being on. Portsmouth Sheriff Office.
Good morning. I'm Sergeant Anders with the Portsmouth Sheriff's Office.
Good morning. Thanks for being on. Bank of America.
Good morning. This is Mark Dorsey. I am the Community Lending Officer for Bank of America.
Is there any organization that I did not call? I don't want to miss anyone. Oh, okay, I got everyone.
Miss
Good.
Brittany.
Oh.
Miss Brittany, I'm sorry. You might have called me. I apologize. This is Matt Herman from Eastern Virginia Medical School.
Okay. Thank you for being
Thank you.
on.
No, thank you for having me. It's nice to meet everyone.
Okay. So we're gonna just dive right into it. I know that we have some new individuals on the call, and so we want to talk about what is the PCC? Why did you receive an invitation? What is it that we do here, and what's going on? The PCC, also known as the Program Coordinated Committee, is an advisory group of service providers like yourself that's made of community agencies, nonprofit organizations, local businesses, banks, who are committed to the community and interested in seeing the Ross and resident services programs succeed. If we could just have everyone mute themselves. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, no break.
Erica, if you can mute for me. Thank you.
Okay.
So our PCC members, we meet regularly to discuss program implementation and assist in securing public and private resources for the operation of our program. And please note that we could not do what we do without partnerships such as yourselves, and what you guys bring to our residents is so appreciated. Next slide. So what are some of the benefits of being a member of our PCC? We convene as a core group of service providers used for referrals. We coordinate services amongst providers to ensure program participants' needs are met, and not only the needs of our public housing and assisted housing residents with PRHA, but for our community at large. We build on an existing network of service providers to identify new organizations, like some of the new ones that have joined us today, that could strengthen our program. We streamline the resident referral process by strengthening relationships between our service coordinators and our providers. We also foster ongoing engagement among our partners, which serves to build and maintain interest in the program. We're able to collaborate on grant applications and funding opportunities. We obtain input on proposed program plans and policy changes within our resident services department and agency at large. It's a chance that we can learn about other programs in the community, and we build a network of program and service providers that advocate and support one another. So please utilize this PCC as a way to work collaboratively with one another and be able to share information with your organization as a whole. Next slide. So just wanted to give you guys some program and agency updates of what's going on here with PRHA. So with our PCC, and with our programming, we have to have and establish an MOU with our community partners. I know that we have established some MOUs with some of our organizations that are on the line today. And if you are new, we can send that to you guys, but we have to establish a working relationship, and the MOU serves as that. With our MOU, it explains what our agency's commitment is to our residents, as well as your organization as well. I know that Miss Erica has sent out some MOUs to some of our partners. We received some from some and not others. And so by the end of this week, we will be reaching out to you guys to establish MOUs if we don't have one in place. But it's extremely important, and it's also helpful when we are looking to build a relationship, as well as when we go out to look for grant and different funding opportunities. Those are requirements. I know you guys know that whenever we are in the process of applying for a grant, we're always looking to our community partners, saying, hey, can you give us a letter of commitment? We need to establish an MOU. And so we need to have that in place. And so Miss Erica will send that out to all of our partners. And if you have any additional questions about the MOU, feel free to reach out to me and we can work on those things. Next slide. And so I know that with COVID, everything that we've done for the longest seems like it has been online, whether we've used Zoom, Teams, and so we're able to provide in-person workshops at some of our sites. But please note that we will be utilizing COVID-19 safety precautions. So we will require that everyone who attends our workshops and classes, that they will be required to wear a mask, and we will practice social distances regardless of your vaccination status. So I don't know if some of your organizations are able to come out to do in-person workshops, but if you are, then we can get together and host some of those classes at our sites. Just know that we will be practicing safety precautions. So wanted to put that out there. If you guys are just anxious to come back out and see individuals face to face. Next slide. We wanted to spotlight one of our community partners. They're not on today, but Dollar Bank. Throughout the pandemic, Dollar Bank provided financial awareness and digital financial literacy classes for our residents.
I'm sorry, Brittany, Mr. Hinton did join.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Hinton. So Dollar Bank has been a longtime supporter of our resident services department, providing those financial literacy classes. And most recently, they were able to grant our department a grant to be able to provide and continue services. So we just wanted to spotlight Dollar Bank and also all of our partners, because like I said earlier, we couldn't do what we do without the partnerships that we have. We will now have Ms. Adams, who is our Director of Resident Services, provide you guys with a few updates.
Good morning again, everyone. And I will echo Brittany and say thank you for your participation today, and thank you for your participation over the years and for the years to come with our Resident Services Department. last time we met, I gave you an update on the PRHA's Moving to Work designation, which is a demonstration program that HUD has implemented. They have, there were 39 housing authorities across the country that were designated Moving to Work agencies over the last 10 years or so. HUD sent out a notice last year stating that they wanted to expand that 39. So, so in a cohort for middle size, which we're considered housing authorities, PRHA was one of 10 housing authorities selected in cohort 2, which is a group of housing authorities that will be part of the Moving to Work demonstration. And what Moving to Work is a demonstration program where HUD allows housing authorities to have flexibility from a lot of the HUD waivers and HUD regulations as far as implementing our low-income public housing and housing choice voucher programs. Currently, the way our funding is set up, there is one stream of funding for our low-income public housing, one stream of funding for our housing choice voucher. With the Moving to Work program, HUD allows housing authorities to receive their funding in a block grant. And the idea behind it is that the housing authorities know at their local level what is the best way to serve their communities. So we were designated last year as a Moving to Work community. It was in, no, not last, excuse me, this year, in May of this year. We applied last year. And the Moving to Work goals are, we have to make sure we have to reduce costs and achieve greater cost effectiveness in all our federal expenditures. We have to give incentives to families with children whose heads of households are either working, seeking work, or participating in job training, educational, or other programs that assist in obtaining employment and becoming economically self-sufficient. And we have to increase housing choices for low-income families. And the Moving to Work objectives and goals fit very well with what we're doing here in our Resident Services Department. So it is a, we applied because we felt that this program fit very well with what PRHA seeks to do as part of our mission. So we've received the designation for Moving to Work. With that, our agreement with HUD is for 20 years. And for 20 years, we will be able to ask HUD to give us waivers for some of their regulations, and we can restructure our housing programs. When we went through the application process, we had to have resident meetings, and we did stakeholder meetings and a public hearing last year. This year, we're in the process of putting together our Moving to Work plan. And as part of the Moving to Work plan, we will hold a series of meetings with our residents and our stakeholders. And we ask you all to please, when you receive notice of those meetings, to join us, because we are interested in hearing input from our partners, because the only way to implement this program is through partnerships and collaborations, and of course our residents, because this is going to really change the way we do business here at the Housing Authority. As part of the Moving to Work plan, we have to participate in a 6-year program evaluation that HUD has hired these evaluators to look at our programs, our cohort programs, and see how well we do, and if it really does help improve economic self-sufficiency and other things that they're looking at with our residents. So for the initial 6 years, our primary focus will be on transitioning to what they HUD calls a different rent alternative rent policy. And with this alternative rent policy, we're doing what is called stepped rent, meaning our rent, once the initial rent is set, and we'll probably implement this in 2022, but once the initial rent is set, we will, our residents will be those that are in the, that are not in the control group, that are selected, and HUD is doing the random selection. We don't have anything to do with who goes in what group, but the residents will actually receive a rental increase each year depending on the size of their bedroom, much like private sector, as opposed to it being income-based. So we are going to, we're in the step rent study group. There, of the 10 agencies that they selected for cohort 2, 5 of us will be in this, 5 of us are in the step rent category. 5 of us are in, 5 of the housing authorities are in what they call a tiered rent, where rents were set based on income tiers. So we will, and because we're in the step rent, we're in this research study, we can't implement all the moving and work waivers until after the initial 6 years are up, but we will be probably implementing some of the things that's available for us after the 6 years are up, like work requirements, unless residents are elderly and or disabled. One of the other waivers that we could take advantage of as a moving to work agency is the ability to limit terms or the number of years that they can participate in the housing trust voucher program. Because the way these programs operate now, they can actually become sort of a lifetime program for our residents, in that as long as a remaining family member is in the household, the voucher or the unit itself remains with that family. That family could just continue to live and participate in our programs. Moving to work allows us the flexibility of receiving a waiver for that. So we can't implement those waivers now, but we are in the process of putting together our moving to work plan, in which we will implement certain things such as a change in our actual recertifications. So right now, most of our program participants have annual recertifications. Now, with moving to work, we will go to a 3-year recertification, and it really isn't a recertification as far as income, because with those that's participating in the study group, their income, their rent is not based on income. It's just a recertification to say that they're still eligible to participate in the program. So we're going to have a lot more to say about our moving to work plan later on. We're still in the process of putting it together. We are, within the next 30 days, we'll start holding our resident and stakeholder meetings. So, and once we get through that process, we will finalize our plan, and it'll be available for public review, like we did when we did the application last year. But I just wanted to make you all aware that this is coming down the pike, and this is really gonna change the way we do business. The initial 6 years, there won't be there, because we're in the study, the change won't be as drastic, because part of, we're gonna have the study group and we're gonna have the control group of our residents. So everyone won't be impacted. But after the 6 years of the study is over, and we have the flexibility to implement some of the other waivers, and we implemented authority-wide in both our housing trust voucher and our low-income public housing, public and assisted housing programs, it's going to be huge for our residents. So please let me know if there are any questions. If there's no questions on moving to work, then I will move on to our next area, that the housing of interest at the Housing Authority right now.
Excuse me, Dolores, there was a question in the chat box regarding the moving to work.
Okay, let's see.
Dolores, it's Susan Fink. My question is about the age of the persons.
The age of the persons, it's the people that are exempt from participating in the Moving to Work program. The step rent program will be anyone that's elderly. HUD defines elderly as 62 and over. But one of the flexibilities we have as a Moving to Work agency is we can change our definition of elderly. And it's
I was more concerned about youth.
Oh, no, youth, as far as this really affects the head of household. Okay. And then if we do have decide after the study period, that 6-year initial study period, if we decide to put in a work requirement, we may make it anyone 18 and older have to participate in the work requirement unless they're disabled. So, but we're not there yet.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions on moving to work? Okay. So as I was stating, the next area that I wanted to give an update on was our Swanson home development. The Housing Authority has received authorization from HUD to do a disposition of the Swanson home community. I don't know how many of you remember, but a couple of years ago, we had extensive flood damage when a tropical storm came through in Swanson home. Part of that community is in a flood zone. So due to that and other reasons, like Swanson home has had some renovations over the last, it was built in 1942. So over the last 70 some odd years, they have had almost 80 years. They have had some renovations, but at this point, it is in distress. It's obsolete in that there's, we had a study done and the cost to make the repairs, renovations needed on Swanson home was more than as much as building, demolishing and building new housing. So we are in the process now. We've received HUD's authorization to dispose of Swanson home. So what we're doing is we're actually have a solicitation on the street now. As part of the disposition process, we had to see if anyone was interested in the purchase of Swanson home at, and it has to be based on market rate. So we had an appraisal done. So the purchase price can be no less than the appraised value. So that solicitation is actually on the street now for the sale, albeit for the sale of Swanson home to not, I think it goes to the end of November. As part of this disposition and authorization, HUD provided us with what they call tenant protection vouchers. And that's so that the residents in Swanson home that choose a housing choice voucher as their relocation choice will receive a tenant protection voucher so that they can be relocated into the private rental market. In addition, the residents, when they completed their relocation surveys, some of them chose to be relocated. They wanted to stay in our housing communities. So we have actually begun a couple of things. One, we're freezing all vacancies. So whenever anyone move out, we're not reoccupying any of those units in Swanson Home. Two, residents that selected another PRHA unit in our community as their relocation option, as we get vacancies in our communities, we are relocating those Swanson Home residents to those other PRHA communities. We've only had a few moves so far as far as moving them to the other PRHA communities, just because vacancies at this time are few and far between. And the third thing is those that selected vouchers, we have received the tenant protection vouchers from HUD. We have not started issuing them. They will probably start issuing within the next couple of weeks because we have the vouchers in hand. We have set up a relocation office out there in Swanson Home, and we have a staff member that has been instrumental in relocation of all our Hope 6 projects, such as when we had to relocate residents from Ida Barber, Washington Park, Jeffrey Wilson. So this young lady is well-versed in helping residents relocate and have putting them at ease and answering their questions so that they can, because this is a period of transition and it can be scary for our residents. And so we have dedicated staff that's there to help transition and make this easier. And the good thing is our resident services department staff is out there in Swanson Home, and they're helping the residents prepare for relocation, in that many of them that say they want to move with a voucher have to go through some financial literacy training, because it may be there's some budget impacts when you move from a public housing unit where you may not pay all of your utilities. In Swanson, they pay gas, but they don't pay any of the other utilities, into the private rental market where you're expected to pay all your utilities and receive a utility allowance. So we're helping to transition them in that area. And we also have our Jobs Plus office out there, and we're like, hey, this is a great time to help increase your income. Come let us help you, because when people are not necessarily familiar with renting in the open market, there can be a lot of shocks to their budget, and we want to make sure that they are prepared, because we want them to be successful when they get relocated from Swanson Home. So that process is ongoing. Like I said, the residents vouchers that want vouchers will probably start receiving them within the next couple of weeks, from what I understand from the departments that's in charge of that. And we'll start seeing some movement at that point. But we anticipate this process may take 12 to 18 months before everyone is relocated. And then at that point, we will know if we do receive a bid for the purchase of it, that person, whoever that person is that received that awarded that bid, will be responsible for any demolition and whatever they decide to put on the site. We know that part of the site is in a flood zone, but not the other part. So I think half of the site could be used for housing or other uses. The The other part that's in the flood zone will have limited use. So any questions on Swanson Home and the relocation?
Ms. Adams, we did have a question. Who will be invited to the stakeholders meeting?
We invite all of our community partners. So everyone here on this call will be invited. And then we also have, because a big part of the Moving to Work project, which I didn't mention, is our partnerships and collaboration, because the work that the Resident Services Department does as far as providing programs and services to the residents to help them with employment and life skills, and helping them with their financial literacy, that is instrumental to help the residents transition from an income-based rental system to something to a system that is a step rent system that's not necessarily income-based. Once they get their the first year that determines where they're going to be on the step is based on their income. But after that, you're going to get, if you're in a 1-bedroom apartment, your rent will go up $20 a year. And so it does not matter what your income can increase and it still be $20. Your income could decrease and it'll still be $20. So that's going to be major. So all of you all are definitely part of the stakeholders meeting, as well as other organizations that we work with and that provide services for supportive services for individuals in the community. And I did not add, and I want to make sure I make you aware of the fact that we do have to put a hardship policy in place. So if there is a residents will have the opportunity to apply for a hardship exemption once a year. And they will apply for the exemption if there's something may have happened in their family, to include, maybe one of the heads of the household, there may have been a death or they left the family because they moved out, or maybe someone lost their job or was laid off, that type of thing. That we do have a hardship policy. Well, we will have one. We're in the process of crafting it now. We have not completed it. Everything that as far as our planning is just that, it's planning. But we do know it is required that we have a hardship policy.
Dolores?
Yes.
Hi, crazy question. If Swanson Homes, the property is sold, do the proceeds go back to the housing authority?
The sale of any public housing community the housing authority get the proceeds. However, it's restricted money because with public housing, HUD is actually the owner of public housing, and we have a contract with them for that, for those units. And so HUD put restrictions on any use of funds that we receive for the sale of a public housing community, meaning we can only use it to build or develop housing or programs that benefit low-income residents.
So theoretically, you could build a recreation center or a library or a computer center or something like that with it.
Not if it's, it would be something that has to be dedicated to our residents. For the most part, we use that, we could use the funds like if we want to build some new housing elsewhere in the city, or if we want to build new home ownership units for first-time home buyers that are low income.
Okay. Loris, I just want to make you aware that at Hampton Roads Community Health Center, we're experiencing a shortage of dental assistants. And so as a result of that, we are actually creating training that will be developed by internal staff to do certification as a dental assistant after going through a 6 to 12 week program. And so we'd be looking for candidates that would be interested in going and get that as a career.
Great, that is awesome news. Because we have our jobs that's coming there, talk about that later. But thank you very much, Barbara. That's good to hear.
So I was thinking about some of the things that you were talking about where that may fit for some of the residents.
Most definitely. Because we are really pushing with the Swanson home residents, the need of, we have residents, because they're in our housing communities, that even if they are working, we consider that underemployed, meaning that they can do better. We're trying to move our residents to career-based employment, or at least something that's more long term, so that they have some type of track where they can move up.
Another thing that
Hold on. Let me just mute. So if you're here,
right now we're looking for a maintenance person. So if you have, that's kind of more like a handyman or handy woman. So if you have someone in the pipeline that might fit that, direct them to our human resource department.
Thank you. This is great.
Yes. Are there any more questions, Erica, in the chat? Okay. I will thank you all.
Thank you, Ms. Adams, for always being so supportive of our resident services department. And just to let you guys know, I just put her on the agenda and said, hey, I need you to speak. So we just want to say thank you.
No problem. I like to sit back and let y'all work. Y'all do your magic. I just sit back and watch it happens.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Erica Thomas, and I'm the resident service specialist here at PRHA. I create the monthly calendars for the residents and the staff of the resident services, just to inform them on the different activities that are going on. I also update our social media pages daily with community resources. Our social media information, as well as my email address, is listed on the slide. So when you guys get a chance, please feel free to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. You can also email me your flyers or your different events, and I can send out a mass email to you guys that's up here on the call as well. And I will also put our Facebook and Instagram information, as well as my email address information, in the chat.
Thank you. So we have two Brittany's on our team, Brittany P, me, and Brittany T, who is our youth services coordinator, and she's out. So in her place, I'm going to do youth services updates. The first update is Portsmouth Public Schools has decided that all after-school programs will be held virtually. So what this means for our 21st Century Community Learning Center program is that after-school program will be held online. The start date also was adjusted to allow the staff and the teachers to adjust and prepare for virtual instruction. And so that start date started on October the 4th which was, today is the 6th, Monday. Started on Monday with virtual instruction. Another component of the 21st Century Community Learning Centers grant is parent engagement component. And so we rely heavily on our community partners to be able to bring various resources to our parents whose students are enrolled in our 21st Century program. And so myself or Brittany, we will be reaching out because our parents in those programs, they may not necessarily be PRHA families, but they live out in the community. And so they could benefit from various resources such as financial literacy, counseling, whether it's family counseling, one-on-one, budgeting, money management, also to learn about the various different training opportunities that's going around throughout the city, home ownership, if that's a goal of theirs. So we want to be able to reach the parents that are whose children are enrolled in our 21st Century program. And so we will be reaching out to our community partners to be a part of that parent engagement component. Brittany is also a part of the Act Now Coalition. And with this coalition, they help to find methods to address violence concerns within Portsmouth, within the city of Portsmouth, in the various communities. Brittany, in our department, we've also partnered with the United Way of Southampton Roads. We received a grant through the Centera Foundation, and we're super excited to bring a mixed martial arts program to our students at our communities. And that program will run for 10 weeks for children ages 11 and 14. Between 11 through 14. At the time, the youth they will receive a meal, and they will have intervention activities along with mixed martial arts. The program will be held at Swanson Homes Community Center on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it's expected to start in the month of October. Also, PRHA has partnered with Stop Inc. and the Project Discovery Program to assist with college-related program and career and college tours for youth interested in attending colleges. The Hampton Roads Workforce Council will also provide trade career-related information to those individuals that are enrolled in our CREW program, which stands for College Readiness, Education, and Workforce program. Yesterday, we held an interest meeting for the parents, for them to sign up, and that program will begin next Tuesday from 3:30 to 5 o'clock. And so we're super excited about just the various programs that we have going on for our youth, because one thing about PRHA, they are truly invested in not only the head of households, but the entire families, and especially our youth, because we understand that exposure and to be able to provide our youth with resources so that they can see life outside of their communities. And so we're super excited about CREW, 21st Century, and other programs, as well as martial arts and things of that nature. Also, we want to add that Parks, Recreation, and Tourism within the city has various programming and after-school programs that they will host at some of our community centers, as well as throughout the city. And so we want to get the word out to not only our youth, but youth throughout the city with the Department of Parks, Recreation, and Tourism. I believe I captured maybe not everything, but a vast amount of what's going on with our youth so far. And also just make sure that you check out our social media sites, and that's where we post a lot of the information on there. Next. I know the last time we met, we had an information session about our HCV home ownership program, and it was just a basic overview of what the program is and what we're looking for. Within the next month, we're going to host an informational session for lenders as well as realtors to learn more about the HCV home ownership program and how you can get involved. We have a few residents that are currently enrolled, and Ms. Hope Mitchell is the point of contact for that program. And so we will be sure to send out a save the date to all of our community partners to learn more about the process if you are a lender as well as a realtor for our HCV home ownership program, and just home ownership in general, because one of the goals of our resident services department is that if it is a goal of our residents to become homeowners, that we provide them and connect them with the resource. And I know that there are a lot of down payment assistance programs within the city, as well as different grants and opportunities. So we want to make sure that if that's a goal of our residents, that we are leading them in the right path. And so please be on the lookout for that save the date for the informational session for lenders as well as realtors. Any questions about the HCV home ownership program, or any questions about the youth services updates? Okay.
All right. Hello, everyone. For those who don't know, my name is Shaquise Crandall, and I serve as the Job Plus Program Manager for our program, which is Portsmouth Pathways to Work. Just to kind of give you a little bit of background information about the Jobs Plus program, back in February 2020, our agency was awarded the Jobs Plus grant, which is pretty much a place-based program aimed at increasing the income and advancing in employment for our public housing residents. In our particular case, we service this program for our Swanson home community and Seaboard Square community. For those two communities, on each site is place-based, so the services are offered to the residents on site at our community centers. On each site, we have employment specialists, which are considered pretty much our case manager that does the one-on-one case management with residents that's enrolled in Jobs Plus to assist them with employment, as well as we have community support aides, which is pretty much individual residents that's from the communities that we hire to promote, recruit, and talk to residents about Jobs Plus services. As Ms. Adams has stated earlier, with the relocation going on with Swanson, our program is really focusing on providing more financial literacy classes coming up with this whole process and transition, as well as more employment opportunities, education opportunities. We are really big on sharing information when it comes to employment, getting our residents involved in trade to really lead towards a livable wage and career-oriented jobs. Also, because we are trying to gear and tailor our programs to financial literacy, more financial literacy and employment opportunities, we want to incorporate, you can go to the next slide, Eric, I'm sorry. We want to start incorporating a program called Working Wednesdays. This is something that we will be implementing in November, which bi-weekly, so twice a month, is just a segment to really bring educational and employment opportunities to the residents. It's something that we want to really showcase our community partners, employers, local workforce agencies to come and talk about their services that they offer and provide information to our residents. Our first soft working Wednesday will be October 27th, and actually Portsmouth Economic Development Center will be partnering with us on that event. They'll be doing an informational session for our residents only to share about the programs and opportunities that they have available for Portsmouth. If anybody on the call is interested in being part of our working Wednesdays, please feel free to shoot me an email, give me a call. I'll put my information in the chat box. I know I saw some great opportunities that Ms. Gadaway had listed in the chat box about the pharmacy technician. That's something, if maybe after this call, Ms. Gadaway, I'll definitely give you a contact to see how we could make sure not only our whole resident services is aware of those opportunities. Did anybody got questions about Jobs Plus? Again, I put my information in the chat box. If you guys know, if your agency is doing any hiring, looking for candidates, please feel free to shoot that information to me and I'll make sure that the whole team receives it to share with their residents and clients. And that's all that I have. I'm sorry. Did anybody have any questions before we move on about Jobs Plus?
Okay. Well, I know you guys are probably tired of hearing us talk. And so now is the time for you guys to share any updates or announcements from your organization. So what I'm going to do, similar to what I did earlier, I'm just going to call your organization and you can give us an update. Also know that we are capturing notes. And if you have any flyers or anything you would like for us to share with the PCC community, at large, we can share that as well. So we're going to start with Tidewater Arts Outreach. Eastern Virginia Medical Center. Eastern Virginia Medical School.
Yes, ma'am. No, thank you. No true updates. A lot of stuff that we do is really engaging with the community. And we regularly work with PRHA and doing a lot of stuff with housing authorities. I'm just thankful to be here and looking forward to hearing updates from community organizations.
Thank you. Hampton Roads Planning District Commission.
Hello, everyone. So we do have a small update. The Hampton Roads Planning District Commission was just awarded $3 million from Virginia Housing, formerly known as VHDA, in spark funds to allow us to be able to buy down our clients' mortgage rates 100%. So if you have clients that are looking for down payment and closing cost assistance in the city of Portsmouth, and as long as they go through our program, we're also able to buy down their rate 100%.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's all.
Benevolent Family Services.
Good morning, guys. My apologies, trying to work this app. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So we were able to participate in the summer program with the Portsmouth redevelopment, and it was a major success. We're hoping to continue in the fall with the after school program, but beyond that, we have no upcoming updates beyond the fact that we are looking to incorporate housing on the south side in the spring. And that's for anybody who has serious mental illnesses, I should say.
Okay.
Any questions? Pretty easy. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Next Gen Pathways, Hampton Roads Workforce Council. Independence Center, any updates?
Hi, good afternoon. My internet's acting wonky, so sorry if I cut out or whatever, but we don't really have any updates, but I do want to remind everybody that we offer full employment services, and people that are on disability benefits, we do the Ticket to Work program. So anyone who receives SSI or SSDI can get those incentives and benefits from Ticket to Work program if they qualify. So just wanted to remind.
Thank you. City of Portsmouth Economic Development, Portsmouth at Work.
Good afternoon, everybody. We're grateful to have the partnership with PRHA. You all gave our update. We're going to do our Wednesday, Join Your Wednesday event. We do have other programs and services that are going on. So if there are any residents that you all are working with that need job training services, please refer them my way. Thank you.
Hampton Roads Community Health Center.
Good morning again. Got a few things going on. One is on October the 28th, between the hours of 5:30 and 7:30 p.m. at our Lincoln Street site, 664 Lincoln Street. We're going to do a trunk or treat for the children in the community. And we welcome extend the invitation, as well as donations of candies and treats. And the plan is the staff want to decorate their trucks. They will be practicing, safe social distancing, wearing masks and things like that. And some will be dressed in costume. And so I want to be able to invite the children in the community to that event on October the 28th. The next thing is that in terms of positions, we do have some key positions that are out there to be filled. As I mentioned, the dental assistants, looking for dental assistants, as well as maintenance and executive assistants. Those are 3 positions right now I know are key on the front line for those individuals who may already have experience in those areas. And if so, please apply. Our website is www.hrchc.org. Applications can be got online in that way. And then the last thing I just wanted to share is that you may see some dirt moving on High Street. As a matter of fact, the developer, Ms. Adams, finally has everything settled and in order. And so the larger fence is up. It's cat corner down from IC Norcom, across the street from IC Norcom, and that directly across from that Family Dollar, I think it is, right there on High Street, where we're building a 26,000 square feet facility, medical, dental, behavioral health, medication assistance, LCSW, brand new center for the city of Portsmouth. And so we're very excited about this taking place, and hope you will stay tuned and watch us grow.
That's amazing. Thank you for those updates. Portsmouth Health Department.
I get excited every day, Dr. Willis, coming in, watching the work. So I see trucks, I'm like, oh, it's going to be awesome, because there's about a half a block between the health center, and the health department. So that is going to be awesome. When we talk about wraparound services, you have everything here, including social services. So this is going to be awesome for the residents of Portsmouth. The health department, we're excited because we will be partnering with PRHA next Thursday for a breast cancer event. And let me tell you, PRHA always takes it to the top. It's fun, it's educational, and we look forward to it. Here at the health department, we're continuing with COVID testing and vaccinations. On Tuesdays, it's from 12:30 to 3:30, and then on Thursdays, it's from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So we're excited. We're doing more with the community now. Our clinic, we're trying to get back to full capacity and prior to COVID. So we are running our services. The only thing that's not open in person right now is our work office. And they are waiting for guidance from the state and federal guidance. So we're anticipating sometime around the first of the year. But you're still able to make calls. Everything is being done virtually and over the phone. So we're still out in the community growing. We have some projects that we're working on. We're doing our community health assessment that's done every couple of years. So you might see us knocking on doors. We sent some out in the mail and we did post it online. And that's about it for the health department.
I apologize. You reminded me of something, Ms. Benson, that I should also share. Next Saturday, October the 16th, Hampton Roads Community Health Center has partnered with the Pathology Association and will be offering free mammograms and pap smears to women in the community. Please call to schedule appointment slot. That's Saturday, October the 16th. And also, we are still providing COVID testing, as well as administering the Moderna vaccine. Again, please call and schedule an appointment for that, 757-393-6363. 757-393-6363. But for the women in the community, this week, the program is called See, Test, and Treat. We want to make sure that those that women are getting mammograms and pap smears in the community. I apologize, forgot about that.
Thank you. Updates from the UP Center.
Hi, everyone. Heather Harris again. Just wanted to remind everybody that we still do have the New Visions program at the UP Center, which is a new program as of this year. It's a substance use program for the youth 18 and under. The only updates from the last time is before it was only offered to the youth that reside in Portsmouth or Norfolk, and now we've actually opened that up to the Hampton Roads. If anyone's interested or wants some more information, you can definitely contact me. I'm also going to be doing a informational webinar October 12th at 11 a.m., October 13th, 6 p.m. And you can actually go on Eventbrite and just type in New Visions program, and it will give you the link to that as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Miss Erica Ramjohn, any updates?
Good afternoon, everyone. Erica Ramjohn, and this is the Housing and Financial Counseling Department here at the UP Center. There aren't many updates. We just want to reiterate that we offer the ongoing monthly education class for pre-purchase counseling or first-time home buyers or potential home buyers. The next class is going to be, of course, it's still virtual, October 13th, 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. I will send out a flyer to Erica Thomas, but that class is strictly about understanding credit and credit improvement strategies. That's one. I just want everyone on the call to know if they know anyone right now who is facing any sort of default and delinquency. This is regarding mortgages. That is my specialty. I'm the HUD certified housing counselor who work with clients to help them through their default and delinquencies with their mortgage lenders, their mortgage servicers, if they are facing any sort of foreclosure situation. I'm the person here at the Up Center's housing department who they will call. I'm working with quite a few clients right now who are now getting off of their forbearances they had because of COVID-19. Their forbearances have expired, and now they need assistance with the mortgage assistance application, the follow through, the language to speak to their lender and services. And that's where we had, a lot of clients in the last housing crisis. We don't even want to remember that situation, but it is kind of, and it can get very overwhelming to the homeowner at points. And this is where I come in to help them navigate the process of trying to save their homes, if that is what they want to do. Send them our way here at the Up Center. In fact, give them my name and my number, and PRHA, Brittany, you all have that. Another program we have here in the housing department, working with the Freedom Grant. I am not personally working with that, but co-workers are, and it's really more about veterans and helping them qualify, or if they qualify for home modifications or upgrades as veterans. And the other housing program is, of course, another co-worker is working with Tidewater Gardens and that program of helping residents transition out of that home, or at least help them with financial literacy and in some cases, some placement. That is basically it. We still do have our reverse mortgage counseling by our housing department's manager, Tiffany Tritt. She's the only reverse mortgage counselor within, I would comfortably say, a 40-mile radius of here. And we are located in Norfolk, in the Ghent area of Norfolk. So we are working diligently with clients who, especially me, with the foreclosure prevention, default and delinquency, that's my forte. But again, also helping clients become more credit-worthy and mortgage ready. Credit-worthy and mortgage ready by helping them to develop a sustainable budget. Basic financial principles is what we are all about. That's it. Thank you, Brittany, for allowing.
Thank you. Burning Bush Worship Center, Metamorphosis.
Yes, we recently added a recovery church movement to our program. Our team is in training now, and Recovery Church Movement is a network of recovery churches reaching and training those in early recovery to grow in their faith and in recovery. And it's a bridge between the 12-step fellowships and the church. So we're going to roll this out throughout the Tidewater community, beginning in Norfolk. We're going to be petitioning to get inside the jail systems in the area. We've already petitioned Norfolk. We'll be moving on to Portsmouth and others as well to really bring this recovery effort to the community as part of Metamorphosis. And we're interested in partnering with organizations in the community to help build our resources for those ex-offenders or returning citizens in need of transformation. So this is just another great step in being able to help transform lives and families.
Thank you. City of Portsmouth. City of Portsmouth, Portsmouth Task Force on Aging, any updates?
Well, I'd like to say, first of all, thank you so much for having me on. Let me cut that off. Well, thank you for having me on today, invited. I'd just like to say about the Portsmouth Task Force on Aging, I'd like to invite any and all who would like to attend our meetings. We meet on the second Friday of each month. And our objective is just to advocate for the elderly and seniors in our community. And we try to coordinate with various partners as we have here. There are some on that we do partner with, and we do invite all others who would like to join us. We send me an email and we'll invite you out to our meetings. We also are a part of the Hampton Roads Coalition of task forces, and that is task forces from around the Hampton Roads area. We meet in collaboration and advocate for seniors on many levels. Also, since we're mentioning some things, I also work with Parks and Recreation. I supervise the senior station here in the city of Portsmouth, and we do a lot of different programs. But I'd like to highlight this month in October, the week of the 18th to the 22nd, is our Breast Cancer Awareness Week. And each day we will be doing something for breast cancer awareness. At the senior station, we provide a variety of activities and programs, educational, cultural. We do trips and things as well for those who are not familiar. And I heard us mentioning seniors in some of the presentations. And with the age, and have different ages for which they start for seniors. But in our program, it is age 55 and older for which we do. Hopefully in the future, I'll be able to share information with you of our annual Senior Sports Day, which is an event to honor seniors during Older Americans Month in May. We have vendors, exhibitors, and sponsors, but we'll talk about that later as we come along. But right now, I'm just grateful to be, and thank you for having me to join you.
Thank you for those great updates. Portsmouth
I'm sorry, I forgot to mention one. I'm sorry, forgive me. I do want to mention to you about our Parks and Rec Department. We are having a trunk or treat on October the 23rd from 3 to 7 at the Portsmouth Pavilion. I'm sure you'll be seeing more information, costume contests and all kinds of things out there for our young people. So just look out for that coming out.
Thank you. Portsmouth Public Schools Adult and Continuing Education.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Jasmine Galloway again, Portsmouth Schools Adult and Continuing Education. And I put in the chat that we are piloting a new pharmacy technician certification program. And that's open to anyone that lives in the southeastern region of Virginia. They do not have to have to be a GED seeker. So it's open to anyone that has already completed high school. We're looking for students that are dedicated to learning this new career pathway, because we have some great trainers lined up, and I would like to share this with the community of Portsmouth.
Thank you for those updates. Friends of the Portsmouth Juvenile Court. Okay. Senior Services of Southeastern Virginia.
Hello, once again. My update today is that Medicare open enrollment begins on October 15th through December 7th. I've already sent Ms. Thomas the flyer. And for anyone who's a Medicare beneficiary, they can be 65 or disabled. And the phone number is 757-222-4524. But Ms. Thomas will share that flyer with you. So that's the update for October. And when clients call, just let them know they will get voicemail, and someone will call them within 48 hours. So thank you once again for inviting me today.
Thank you. Virginia Cooperative Extension.
You're on mute, Deanna.
Sorry about that. Thank you for telling me. I was just talking away. Just a reminder that I work with the Family Nutrition Program. I have 2 curriculums, one for young families and one for those who are 45 and older without children. We call those seniors, but that's only what my program calls it. But I have something else that I will send you a flyer so you can share with everyone. But I have something else that I would like to share. I am working with Healthy Start, Healthy Families with EVMS Loving Steps. I am on the committee for doing something for the month of November, which is Prematurity Month. We will be doing a walk. It'll also be a virtual walk. I will give you more information about that. And I also have a social media presence on for Food for Thought for there. So I just thought I'd share that with you. And I will also share information about referrals for those who want to do classes. You can just call me and we'll try to set up a class for your clients. I can do, right now I'm mainly doing virtually. That's all I have. Any questions?
Thank you for those updates. We have Ms. Donna Rice with TCC.
Good afternoon, everybody. I just wanted to share that the Job Skills Training Program has launched a customer service program that will be offered in the evenings from 5 to 9. The training will be hybrid. 2 days out of the week, students will meet at the Virginia Beach campus, and then 2 days out of the week, individuals will meet virtually. So the training starts on Monday. If you know anyone who's interested, they should contact the office ASAP, and we will be happy to get them started with the enrollment process. Our employer partner is Elizabeth River Crossing, so individuals who finish with the customer service training program will be considered for employment as a customer service rep with Elizabeth River Crossings. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that the positions are virtual positions, so I don't think they go in the office. I believe that they are virtual positions. The employees work from home. That's it.
Thank you. Social Security Administration.
Yes, I'm still here and wanted to provide some updates as well. A couple of things we have going on. I understand that, and this was a great presentation, by the way, so we could understand a little bit better about the Portsmouth Redevelopment Housing Authority. So thank you for sharing all your community information and everything, because I'm sure we all could actually help out the residents in some way, shape, or form. The one thing that I did want to let you know, if area organizations as well as the housing authority are interested in if you have to refer people to the local social security office during the pandemic, we're available right now just to do things. We're doing things on the phone. And we're doing things online, right? Because you can't come in because of COVID and all of that and the new variants and everything. So we don't know when we're actually going to be open for in-person visits, because most people would be able to just come in. If you do see yourselves referring people to the local office for people that need to file for benefits, file for disability or supplemental security income or anything like that, and they're having a hard time getting through the line or through the phone, or they're having a hard time they're on wait or on hold trying to get an appointment on the phone, we do have a streamlined referral process for people facing barriers. And we're training area organizations, and I know we have trained a few on this call, that can actually refer through a fax. Just go ahead and do a fax sheet, fill in the information, and then go ahead and just refer it to the local office. And we have a liaison that's gonna just go ahead and try to contact that person and take care of it. And it's for initial claims, people that want to file for the first time because they really need to file for benefits, but they're not able to get through. It could be supplemental security income benefits, SSI, disability, retirement, extra help for Medicare Part D for your prescription drugs. So many different programs we offer, survivors, or retirement. So definitely go ahead and contact me if you want me to train you or your organization on how to do that. Of course, if you have a My Social Security account set up, you can see your statements, and we are redesigning the statements so they're a little bit easier to read. Those green and white statements you used to get every year, letting you know how much you worked and paid into it. It's now online under your My Social Security account. I sent the link for that in the chat box earlier, but that's www.ssa.gov/my-account. So if you have an account, you can see your statements, how much you worked and paid into it. And it's for anybody over the age of 18. If you lost your Social Security card and you need a replacement Social Security card, you could actually do that using your My Social Security account, and it'll be mailed to you. So you don't have to worry about, providing proofs to the local office, mailing things in. We have over 60 million successful users that are doing business with that. So anyone over the age of 18 that needs a replacement Social Security card is able to do that. For name changes and things like that, you still need to go through normal channels and mail things into the local office. If you want to know where your local office is, because you need to call them or mail something to them, we do have a locator link as well, which I've put in the chat box, www.ssa.gov/locator. Put in your zip code, you'll be able to locate and contact the local office as well. So we have a lot going on, and we're available. If you have a My Social Security account and you already are on benefits, you can update your address, your phone number, your direct deposit, get your 1099 for taxes, get your proof of income letter to show, you're receiving Social Security. If you're filing for something else, you can get your Medicare card replaced. Again, you could get your Social Security card replaced, right? So you got a lot going on if you don't want to contact us on phone or be on hold. If you have filed for benefits and you want to know the status of your claim, you could actually go ahead and log into your My Social Security account and see the status of your claim. That might save you some hold time, right? If you are working, as the Independent Center mentioned, if you are working and on Social Security benefits, disability, or supplemental security income, you could actually put in your pay stub information, how much you've earned, with your My Social Security account as well. So we have a lot of services. You can always give us a call. Office hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 4. I'm available to do outreach and education. You want me to talk about disability, retirement, supplemental security income, protecting you from fraud and abuse, because I know those calls are happening as well, telling you that your number is suspended, that is fraud. Anything like that, you can reach out to me. I do outreach webinars and things like that. So, and if you want to get on my mailing list, I send out articles, press releases, any updates when I'm doing a webinar that's free and open to the public. You want to join that one, you can do that as well. So we're still full force. Nothing has changed on our end, and more than happy to assist any way, shape, or form. Just reach out. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. Portsmouth Sheriff Office.
No, I don't have anything to report at this time.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Bank of America.
Hi, thank you so much for the opportunity, Brittany. I also wanted to thank Ms. Erica Thomas for reaching out to me and making me aware of this meeting. I am Mark Dorsey, Community Lending Officer with Bank of America. Bank of America is extremely committed to the affordable housing market. If you're not aware, we have just committed $15 billion nationwide towards the affordable housing market. One of the ways that we do that is we do a tremendous job trying to contact and partner with different agencies so that we can have an impact in the community and help consumers become sustainable homeowners. There's a number of agencies that are on the meeting today that I have worked with, including Ms. Fannelson and Ms. Ramjohn. We love to do partnerships. We love to do workshops, seminars, community events. For those of you that may participate, I am a presenter for the Train the Trainer for the VHDA Homebuyer Program. We also do our own workshops and seminars. So if it's something that your agency would like to look into presenting, we have the ability to come to your site. We will be on location. We can do pre-qualifications, workshops, seminars. We can help individuals understand how banking accounts work. We can set up checking accounts, savings accounts. The bank is open to partnering and taking our services and our programming, our products outside of the financial center. The most impactful thing, I believe, is the fact that the bank has its own proprietary grant programs. We have 2 grant programs that we offer to qualified home buyers. The first is a down payment grant that would give you up to $10,000 that is not paid back. There is no minimum monthly payment. There is no repayment clause. You can get up to $10,000 down payment. It is not counted towards your debt to income ratio or to your loan to value. Additionally, we have a closing cost grant. That closing cost grant will give you up to $7,500 towards closing. And the same pre-qualification or the same requirements apply. There is no repayment. It does not count against your debt to income ratio.